Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You're all very welcome. My name is Terry and I'll be your Master of Ceremonies for today. This conferring ceremony is streaming live on the internet, so if there's anybody out there who couldn't attend, if you want to text them now, they can log in and look at the ceremony as well. Before we begin, there are a couple of housekeeping items. First is the fire exits. There are 7 fire exits from this auditorium, 2 in each of the glass walls to the side, 1 to the left of the stage here and 1 to the right, and 1 at the back where you entered earlier on. Mobile phones. Before we begin the formal proceedings, could you please switch off your mobile phone? Thank you. The formal proceedings begin with the academic procession. I invite you now to please stand for the academic procession. Please be seated. I will begin by introducing the members of the conferring panel to you. To my right is Mr. Niall Green, Chairman of the governing body of Limerick Institute of Technology. In the centre is Dr. Maria Hinfalar, President of Limerick Institute of Technology. And finally, Mr. Donncha McNamara, Head of the School of Business and Humanities. I now call on Mr. Niall Green, Chairman of the governing body of Limerick Institute of Technology, to address you.
Members of the governing body, President and friends, welcome to LIT on this very important day for so many of our students. This is a day for our graduates, and while many of people have helped you to get where you are today, for each of you it is your own achievement and that you have reached this stage of your life. But to borrow that old but useful cliche, it is a stage in your life and not a destination. In celebrating your achievement, it's important to remember and recognise those who have helped you along the way and without whom it would not have been possible. From my own personal experience, I would say that for the vast majority of you, the influence, the encouragement, the support, and in many cases the sacrifice of your parents and families has been crucial. Without that, most of you would not have benefited from the effort that the teaching and support staff of the Institute have put into your education and training, and more widely into your development as people and citizens. From my own experience, I would also venture that for many of you, there is one teacher, maybe two, but probably no more than that, who've had a profound influence while you were in LIT, and that influence goes beyond the subject matter which they may have taught you. Each of you knows who they are, and they are probably different people for each of you. Before you leave LIT, tell them that they were special to you, because they deserve that recognition, and without your telling them, they have no way of knowing. Speaking for myself, I have to admit that I didn't always do it, and in a number of cases it has been a matter of deep regret for me ever since that I didn't recognise teachers who'd had a profound and still have a profound influence on the way I approach matters. The friendships that you have made among your fellow students are another important resource in your future lives. You have helped each other through the past few years, sometimes no doubt in ways that your teachers might have found a bit dubious had they but known, and an effort to maintain those links is worthwhile. Social, business, political and interest group networks are increasingly important in our lives, and are all the better when they are based on friendship and mutual support rather than pure self-interest. The fact that a higher proportion of you than anyone would wish are going to have to find work or study outside Ireland, at least in the short term, will put a strain on maintaining those contacts. But Facebook, Skype, LinkedIn, etc. will help to overcome most of the problems of distance and time zones, facilities that generations before you did not have, and which resulted in the loss of many of what otherwise might have been enduring friendships. On occasions such as this, it would not be unusual for someone in my position to burden their audience with some weighty thoughts on the future of the technology education sector and LIT's place within it. You will be pleased to know that you're to be spared that experience, although I cannot guarantee that future Conferring audiences will be so lucky. I have been in this role for less than 3 weeks. At the moment, I am on a journey up that learning curve from the clarity of views that's based on relative ignorance about the Institute of Technology sector through a fog of new information to what will hopefully be the uplands of a more informed opinion. What I can say from my observations to date is that I'm very impressed with the extent and quality of the analysis and planning that goes into the determination of the relevance, the content, the teaching process and the maintenance of standards of the courses offered by LIT. My initial impression is that the commitment to continuous improvement of what LIT does in its various campuses is as good as you will find anywhere in industry, and a lot better than most. I make that point not out of any self-congratulation of LIT, but because I know that parents in particular worry about how well their daughters and sons are being prepared for the labour market. Research with which I am familiar showed some years ago that Irish parents, and there is no reason to believe that parents of other nationalities are any different, are much more fearful of their offspring's prospects of finding employment and settling into the world than are the young people who are actually experiencing that transition. This is due not only to the innately greater optimism of younger people, but to the fact that they have a line of sight to the experience of their predecessors in the education system and the routes that they have taken into employment or further study. There's no point in glossing over the fact that the Irish labour market is a very tough place just now. A little less tough than in the past few years, but as we all know only too well, nowhere near being able to offer employment to all of those in our workforce. There are very definite signs of employment growth in the internationally traded sectors, both for goods and services, but that's going to take some time to work its way through into appreciable growth in the purely domestic economy. As a consequence, as I said earlier, more of you are going to have to find employment outside Ireland than any of us would wish. Or to take jobs, hopefully as an interim measure, that are different to or less demanding than those to which you have aspired. But whether you find employment or go on to further education in Ireland and abroad, you have been well prepared. The Financial Times columnist Lucy Kellaway recently wrote a piece and she mused about whether confidence or competence was the more important attribute for success in life. She concluded that confidence grounded in competence was the key ingredient. I think all of our graduates here today can leave LIT with the type of confidence that Lucy Kellaway described, confidence based on competence. I wish you every success in your future lives and careers.
I now call on Mr. Donncha McNamara, Head of the School of Business and Humanities, to address you.
Hi. I've worked with all of you at some stage in my career here, and I'm very proud to see you all here today. Not every day you wake up is a day that you're going to remember for the rest of your life. Not every day you wake up is a benchmark day in your life. Whether you've studied here for 2, 3, 4 years, today is a summation of the late night cogging, the projects you missed, the work you handed up, the time you did your work, the library time you spent. It all comes together today in that feeling that's in your stomach right now, that nervousness. But you don't own it. It's shared. It's shared between us, the faculty and your parents, your friends, your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your partners, and your support. That's what today means. It's a shared experiences of your achievement. I'd like to congratulate you for the work that you've done. It's been fantastic. Take every minute of today as your day. Every time I talk to a friend of mine or my wife or a colleague and we tell, you know, today we've got graduation, the first reaction of every person is to reflect on their day. Oh, I remember mine. I remember where I was. I remember what I did. That's today. Don't rush it. Enjoy it. Look around. Meet your friends. Share it with your family. Don't be in a rush to get away from them so you can meet your friends. Enjoy every minute of it. On behalf of myself and Marion Duggan, I'd like to congratulate the faculty team of LIT. They work hard at teaching and imparting their knowledge and skills to you. And I address you in saying that today, the skills that you have given these students will be carried with them into the workplace. And as referenced by the chair of the governing body, your skills will help our economy and bring Ireland forward. We're very proud of you today. We're very proud of what you have. And on behalf, as I say, of myself, Marion Duggan, and the whole faculty, I wish you and your family a very, very enjoyable day. Before I finish, I'd like to acknowledge one or two other people. Our administration team within the school, Claire Allen, Anne Reedy particularly, Amy Higgins and Anne O'Leary. The work and support that they put in place, whether it be grant letters or letters for whatever you need it for, is hugely important and forms part of your experience here. For the graduation day itself, to Linda Barry and Mona Khan for the work that they've put in, and for all of the administration staff who are helping out today. Finally, I get to speak before the parchments are handed out, so I can see you all looking at me going, come on, come on, come on, come on. Finally, to our sponsors, thank you so much for your support. LIT is very proud of its links with industry. We maintain an active learning policy that we try and incorporate real business projects in all of our work. Without the help of local industries, we wouldn't be able to do that. And I realise you'll all be named later on, but on behalf, again, of our team, we'd like to thank you for your constant support. And that's it. Next up, you get the parchments. Congratulations, guys. Enjoy the day. Have a lovely one. Thank you.
I now call on Mr. Donncha McNamara, Head of the School of Business and Humanities, to formally confer the LIT awards on the graduates.
Harceann Institute Technoliaach Limni, Brian Docnamid na Institute Folmeri Institute agus Irmert an Tuachtarán a Quid Par a Hobart go formúl den na Hirahori ag Gary Low. On behalf of the Limerick Institute of Technology, I hereby confer the awards on LIT students of the Institute. And I would ask you, President, to present these parchments formally to the successful candidates. President, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed courses in the Department of Business Management School of Business and Humanities and are worthy of the award Higher Certificate in Business and Marketing Management, and I request you to present their parchments to them. Vivian Barry. Colin Carey in absentia. Andre Conte. Louise Massey. Denise McAuliffe. Sean Mulvihill. Shauna Zhang. President, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed courses in the Department of Business and Humanities, School of Business and Humanities, are worthy of the award of Bachelor of Business Studies in Marketing and Management, and I ask you to present their parchments to them. Helen Bennett. Keith Connery. Paul Cooth. Valentins Dagas. Daniel Fury. James Finnan. In absentia. Keelan Fitzgerald. Timothy Ogwubusi. Gemma Parle. Marie Walsh. All of the students are graduated in absentia. Not present students are graduated in absentia. President, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed courses in the Department of Business Management, School of Business Humanities, and are worthy of the award Bachelor of Business Study Honours in Marketing and Management, and I request that you present their parchments to them. Olakan Adnasena in absentia. Kate Armstrong. Kieran Barrett. Aoife Barry. Khalil Benani. Sabrina Borsa. Gemma Burke. Barry Butler in absentia. Aoife Byrne. Seamus Canlon. Claire Coonahan in absentia. Ciara Copley. Leanne Culligan. Tony Daly. Ernesta Doggerdeck. Stephen Devereux in absentia. Michelle Donlan in absentia. Orla Donlan. Brian Duhigg. Darren Dunlea. Adrian Egan. David Fitzgerald in absentia. Orla Flanagan. Catherine Foster. Cian Hennessy in absentia. Peter Hunt. Shane Hyland. Mairead Kavanagh. Peter Keogh. Barry Kern in absentia. Kevin Coyce. Megan Lang. Niamh Lardner in absentia. Nicholas Long in absentia. Sheila Lynch in absentia. Elaine Lyons. Morris Ronan Lyons. Ian Madlena. Geraldine Mangan. Cathal McCarthy. Seamus McKeown. James McMorrow. Laura McNamara. Vivian McNamara. Caroline Morrissey. Brian O'Donnell. Kate O'Donnell in absentia. Noreen O'Gorman. Stephanie O'Halloran. Craig O'Hanlon. Rachel O'Malley. Deirdre O'Rourke. Shriana Powdell. Christopher Rainsford in absentia. Juliana Viola Roque. Eileen Ryan. Daisy Grace Sandoval. Arthur Savanovs. Barry Sheehan. Ruo Lan Shen. Maninder Pal Singh. Donny Spate. Pádraig Stone. Clara Tierney. Darren Walsh. Rachel Ward. Eamon Wotton. President, I present you the following candidates who have successfully completed courses in the Department of Business Management, School of Business and Humanities and are worthy of the award Higher Diploma in Business Management, and I request you to present their parchments to them. Andrew Fahy. John Lidan. Patrick Loughnane. Maura McGuane in abstentia. Niall O'Connor in abstentia. Michael O'Grady. Vincent Purcell. Fintan Richardson in abstentia. Sinead Sherlock in abstentia. Aoife Skelly in abstentia. President, I present to you the following candidates who successfully completed courses in the Department of Business Management, School of Business and Humanities and are worthy of the award Master of Business in Marketing and Management Strategy, and I request you present their parchments to them. Shane Carter. Sean Collins in abstentia. Christopher Coote. Niamh Donoghue. Sean Dilliger. Michelle Fennell. Paul McMahon. Owen O'Sullivan in abstentia. Pádraig Purcell. John Russell. Harceann Institute Techniach Limni Runnan Dovachtiach na Institute ar Fowlamori on Institute agus Iran Earth on Tuktaran a Quid Par Hobart on go formul dun a Hirahori e Gardi Law. On behalf of the Institute of Technology, I hereby confer the awards of LIT on the learners of the Institute, and I ask you, President, to present these parchments formally to the candidates. I will request James Collins to read the names of the students from the Department of Finance and Professional Studies.
President, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed courses in the Department of Finance and Professional Studies, School of Business and Humanities, and are worthy of the award of Higher Certificate in Business in Accounting and Finance, and I request you to present their parchments to them. Aoife Copps in absentia. Anya Corbett. Navjot Kaur. Garrett Kennedy in absentia. Shane Kenrick in absentia. Martha Kortlarek in absentia. Melissa Moroney. Niamh O'Donnell in absentia. Robert O'Grady in absentia. Aisling O'Shea in absentia. Daniel Prenderville in absentia. And Dominica Tomzak in absentia. President, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed courses in the Department of Finance and Professional Studies, School of Business and Humanities, and are worthy of the award of Bachelor of Business in Accounting and Finance, and I request you to present their parchments to them. Ciara Ahern. Hoi Yin Chan. Sarah Clancy in absentia, Gillian Cusack in absentia, Peter Cussum. Larissa Filonenko Judy in absentia, Elaine Foley. Grace Healy. Yin Tong Lung in absentia, Kate McKenna in absentia, Ken McNamara. Alina Melikova in absentia, Nicola Moffat in absentia, Ali Mohammadi. Claire Moran. Timothy O'Carroll in absentia, Anthony Payne in absentia, Vincent Phelan in absentia, Austin Raphael in absentia, Mark Relihan in absentia, Liga Rezvova. Katrina Ryan. President, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed courses in the Department of Finance and Professional Studies, School of Business and Humanities, and are worthy of the award of Bachelor of Business Honours in Accounting and Finance, and I request you to present their parchments to them. MD Saha Lam. Hugh Boland. Graham Bolger. Michael Breen. Hassan Kali. Josephine Conway. Mark Corby. Paul Downey in absentia, Louise Gavin. Kieran Hanna in absentia, Fiona Harnett. Grace Healy. Breed Hegarty. Damien Hogan. Peace James in absentia, Gagandeep Kaur. Hardeep Kaur. Anthony Leahy. John Madden. Christine Malsey. Anthony McCarthy. Paddy McDonough in absentia, Michelle McMahon in absentia, Sarah Morrissey in absentia, Jeffrey Nestor. Anne O'Brien in absentia. Grania O'Callaghan. Bernadette O'Donoghue. Mark O'Halloran. Linda O'Sullivan. Mariola Osiak. Anne Ryan. Aisling Shanahan. Barry Shanahan in absentia. Lisa Talty. Rita Terakova. President, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed courses in the Department of Finance and Professional Studies, School of Business and Humanities, and are worthy of the award of Bachelor of Business Honours in Law and Taxation, and I request you to present their parchments to them. Amy Burns. Dervla Clohessy. Daniel Costello. Shane Duran. John Dwan. Adina Fox. Chloe Hogan. Denise Kennedy. Kate Lenihan in absentia. James Morris Rowe. Joanne O'Donnell. Niall Quinn. Oksana Smetanina. Alicia Toomey. Rachel Whelan. President, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed a course in the Department of Finance and Professional Studies, School of Business and Humanities, and is worthy of the award of Bachelor of Arts Honours in Business Studies with Event Management, and I request you to present their parchments to them. Conor Barry. John Brennan. Catherine Broderick. Clodagh Cahill. Nessa Carter. Nicola Chow. Mary Clifford. Stacey Considine. Nicola Croxton. Niamh Duggan. Circa Furlong. Sinead Gamble in absentia. Jennifer Gleeson. Aisling Griffin. Glenn Halpin. Ciara Harrington. Marie Hogan. Olabisi Cadejo. Sarah Jane Kennedy in absentia. Shona Kennedy. Jasmine Lambert. Claire Liston. Ciara Lynch. Joanne Lyons. Diana Mahon. Shauna McHugh. Ciara McInerney. Sarah McLaughlin. Rachel Moran. Toby Morgan. Sarah Maroney in absentia. Julie Neelan. Cleana Ní-Criven. Owen O'Halloran. David O'Sullivan. Victor Oberare Garang. Jay Quinn. Ivelina Ruseva. Aoife Shanahan. Deirdre Spillane. President, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed a course in the Department of Finance and Professional Studies, School of Business and Humanities, and are worthy of the award of Bachelor of Arts Honours in Business Studies with Tourism Management, and I request you to present their parchments to them. Dawn Angley. Maureen Chibuzo in absentia. Aoife Corrigan. Amy Cunningham. Danielle Deneen. Laura Gargiulio. Ahmed Gariba. Dara Griffin. Lisa Halpin. Evelina Jeziorska. Carla Kidd in absentia. Blessing Nazuka. Grace O'Sullivan. Kate Okoro. Conor Quinlivan in absentia. Eric Rugamba. Karina Wallace. President, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed a course in the Department of Finance and Professional Studies, School of Business and Humanities, and are worthy of the award of Bachelor of Arts Honours in Business Studies with Sports Management, and I request you to present their parchments to them. Shirley Baker. In absentia. Gordon Britchfield. Paul Broderick. Paul Brown. James Fitzgerald, Richard Grace, Karen Harney, Alan Holohan, Sean Madden, Paul McCarthy, Christopher McKenna, Shane McNamara, Anthony O'Connell, Michael O'Donnell, John O'Keefe, David O'Mahony in absentia, Sinead O'Riordan, Gary Rowe, Dermot Ryan, Barry Wall, President, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed a course in the Department of Finance and Professional Studies, School of Business and Humanities, and are worthy of the award of Higher Certificate in Business in Hotel Front Office Management, and I request you to present their parchments to them. Michelle Iso, Aileen Brown in absentia, Amanda Duggan, Niamh Fitzpatrick, Paul Lubinsky in absentia, Leona Nolan, Anna Roach, Joan Walsh,
I now call on the President of Limerick Institute of Technology, Dr. Maria Hinfalar, to address you.
Chairman and members of the governing body, public representatives, generous sponsors, graduates, parents, spouses, friends and relations, colleagues, academic, administrative, technical and support staff. I'm delighted that all of you are here today to share in this happy occasion where we confer the awards upon this year's successful candidates. This is a time for celebration. You've passed all the assignments and exams and you now have the parchment to prove it. Congratulations. You should be filled with pride at this important milestone following all your hard work through long days and nights of studying. And I also thank the families and friends who have supported our graduates financially and emotionally in many other ways through this phase of their lives. I'm sure in many ways it has been a team effort. So today is a day for smiles and a great sense of achievement all round. Today is the day when you realise it's all been worth it. I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to our new chairman, Niall Green. Niall was appointed, as he indicated himself barely a couple of weeks ago, by Minister for Education and Skills, Ruairí Quinn, on a 5-year term as chairman of the LIT governing body. He brings extensive experience from the public sector and the private sector to LIT, having served in leadership roles with organisations as diverse as GPA, which was in the aviation sector, and also the Youth Employment Agency. He's the current chair of the Hunt Museum, which means he knows our School of Art and Design very well. He's making a flying start, because not only is he presiding over a few very busy days of conferring ceremonies this week and next week, but he has also found the time already to pay visits to the various campuses of LIT across Limerick and Tipperary, so he can get to know us better. I am delighted with his very thorough approach, and I look forward to working with him. I would also like to pay tribute to the outgoing chairman, John Clifford, a man no less thorough and committed, who was with LIT for a solid 5 years. Among many other developments, he oversaw the integration of the former Tipperary Institute into LIT, and of course he chaired countless graduation ceremonies too, and in fact he sent me a text this morning wishing us well for the day, so he's still thinking about us, which is good to hear. So on behalf of us here, could I extend my heartfelt thanks to John and wish him all the best for life after LIT. So maybe we can give him a round of applause. He's not here. When you arrived on campus here this morning, you might have noticed it looks a little different, just some subtle changes. One change is that LIT is becoming ever more international. All those flags now decorating the street, and when you go out after this conferring ceremony, you look up and you will see all the flags. There's about 120 of them. And they symbolise the significant student influx from Brazil, Oman, the US, India, as well as from European countries closer by. Many international students are here on an exchange programme. Others are here to complete their degree, like many of you here today. We now have far more international students than ever before, and their presence brings a new dimension to campus life, and I'm sure to life off campus as well. Another change you might have noticed is the look and feel of the place. As part of a very ambitious long-term campus master plan at LIT, we've set in motion a whole range of projects, which are not only about shiny brand new buildings taking us to 2030, but also making significant and immediate improvements to what we have today. There are reconfigured labs, there's more attractive circulation space, such as in the street, and a plaza outside the back entrance. Unfortunately, the weather today isn't too good, otherwise you might have had a good look around after the ceremony as well. There are improved study areas, better technology, and also much improved sports facilities here on the main campus. Similar projects are happening in Tipperary as well, and at the School of Art and Design. We need to address space deficits in quantity as well as in quality, because we know from student feedback that there are issues. We have to listen to feedback. Through surveys, we know that the quality of our programmes is good, that our active practical learning ethos is appreciated by students, and it's also valued by employers, who have plenty of positive things to say about how LIT graduates contribute to the workplace. But we also know that the physical environment in which this learning takes place is not perfect. So this is being tackled in conjunction with Limerick City authorities and their master plan to 2030. Some resources are already in place from our own capital development budget that we have held in reserve. But that would not be sufficient. LIT will therefore be a major partner in a bid put together by the city and the region for European funding that will support urban renewal and also higher education infrastructure, and LIT is the biggest educational partner in that particular bid. If successful, it will transform the place. And as LIT 2013 alumni, you will be amazed when you return in years to come for the conferring ceremonies of your younger brothers and sisters, or indeed your sons and daughters, as the next generation comes in. But of course, it's not only about bricks and mortar. At LIT, we recognise the financial sacrifices that all of you are making and have made to support study in third level. And we also recognise that in spite of these sacrifices, it can still be a struggle to make ends meet. Our student services do an excellent job in helping students with their applications under the various state schemes. And we also have some internal money set aside every year so we can respond to urgent need. We do not wish to see students dropping out for financial reasons. We ultimately want to see every student get to a conferring ceremony who deserves to be there. In the last academic year, in agreement with the student union, we decided to transfer an additional €50,000 to this fund through savings that we made elsewhere. And this year also, we're going to be launching student scholarships thanks to a generous donation from an insurance company, IPB, to a total value of another €55,000. Eligibility criteria for these scholarships will be strict but fair, and I'm sure they will make a huge difference to the recipients. Today is also a day to catch up with each other and reflect on your career experience so far and future prospects. The LIT Graduate Destination Survey is published every year and presents detailed information about how our graduates are getting on. Your turn to complete this questionnaire will come in a few months' time, and we're very keen to hear from you. The most recent survey was just completed, and this was about the 2012 graduates. It was very encouraging. It showed that increasing numbers of students are going into employment or further studies. And in fact, some of our programmes saw a 100% success rate on that front. And this included one or two programmes from this particular school, the School of Business and Humanities, and the two departments being conferred here this morning. And that's a great testimony to the quality of your own performance, your own achievements, and also the quality delivered by the staff, the academic staff in particular. And I think today is a great opportunity to take stock of that and to thank all the people who've worked with you for the past 3 or 4 years, and they are sorry to see you go, but they're also obviously wishing you well and hoping that you will keep in touch. As well as preparing students for employment, we also actively encourage LIT graduates to perhaps set up their own business so they may create their own jobs and one day employment for others. We've rolled out a range of business support and development initiatives in partnerships with Enterprise Ireland, the Chambers of Commerce and the city and county authorities. At beginners level, we have the Market Link programme for students, and I think many students across the two departments here today have participated in that particular initiative. And this Market Link programme gives students a flavour of entrepreneurship. Last year, the Market Link Christmas Fair, where students sold Christmas foods and other seasonal items, was the biggest student-led enterprise activity of the year, where they raised €8,000 for charity. What we also do, we offer through our enterprise centres, we offer training for business and franchise training as well. And in the past 2 years, we've created 20 new companies and at least 50 jobs through that particular initiative. And at the top end of the spectrum, we nurture science and technology-driven companies through the Hardnet Enterprise Centre here on campus. And these companies are supported by Enterprise Ireland and have the potential to generate export revenue. And we're linking these innovative startups with prominent companies and investors in Silicon Valley. And John Hardnet, who the centre is named after, is in fact a graduate of the former School of Professional Studies, which is, of course, the forerunner of the School of Business and Humanities. So he studied business and he ended up leading technology companies over in Silicon Valley. And he's now coming back here on a regular basis to support LIT with particular initiatives around enterprise. And he will be back again in January, when Limerick is hosting the annual conference of the Irish Technology Leaders Group. This will bring senior executives from Intel, Apple, Google and others, so that the City of Culture year, which is 2014 in Limerick, will get off to a fantastic start. One of the themes for this year's ITLG conference is the creative technology industry, which is clearly a fitting theme for this particular year. We've also just turned the sod for centres in Clonmel and Croom, and we have a centre in Thurles. So the LIT Enterprise Centres are beginning to really gain in footprint. And in fact, every single campus that we have also has an enterprise centre co-located with it. And we're the only third-level institution in the country that has such a huge offering on that front. Another thing I'd mention to you is that we do have some bursaries available for graduates that wish to take place in one of those centres and get some support, because it's not just a location, it's not just the office space, it's also the training and the support and help with developing business plans, marketing plans, and also networking and getting access to finance, whether it's through the banking system or through venture capitalists that we're obviously in contact with as well. So if you do have the seeds of a business idea, I'd like to encourage you to talk to us about that, and we'll see what we can do. So finally, whether you've gone into employment or further education, or whether you're considering setting up a business, or whatever other walk of life, in 10 years' time, when you all meet again for your college reunion, I hope you will judge yourselves not on your professional accomplishments alone, but also on how well you've developed as active citizens contributing to society, and obviously meeting up with each other and talking to each other about how you're getting on is very important to do on a regular basis. This good start at LIT has given you an excellent academic qualification and a strong value system to face the journeys and challenges ahead. The rest is now up to you. Make the most of it to bring fulfilment to your own lives and to the wider world. Again, I join with your family and friends and all of us here at LIT to congratulate you and to wish you a very happy celebration today. Thank you very much.
We come now to the special awards ceremony for outstanding achievement, and I call on the President and the Chairman of the governing body to present the awards. Our first award today is the Allied Irish Banks Award, presented by Patrick Hanrahan of AIB. And the AIB Award is for excellence on the Higher Certificate in Business in Accounting and Finance. And this year's AIB Award goes to Melissa Moroney. Our second award is the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants Ireland Award, presented by Geraldine Furlong of CIMA. The Chartered Institute of Management Accountants Ireland Award is for excellence in management accounting on the Higher Certificate in Business in Accounting and Finance. And the award goes to Anya Corbett. Our next award is the Chartered Accountants Ireland Award, presented by Niall O'Dwyer and Cathy McDermott of the Midwest Society of the Chartered Accountants Ireland. The Chartered Accountants Ireland Award is for excellence in financial accounting on the Bachelor of Business in Accounting and Finance. And the award goes to Hoi Yin Chan. Our next award is the Ernst & Young Chartered Accountants Award, presented by Laura O'Brien of Ernst & Young. The Ernst & Young Chartered Accountants Award is for excellence on the Bachelor of Business in Accounting and Finance. And the award goes to Ciara Ahern. I think we missed photos for the first group of graduates, so if I could just call you again, just very briefly for, so if I go back to the AIB award, Patrick and Melissa. Our photographer was having a cup of coffee. These things happen. Geraldine and Anne Corbett. Niall and Cathy and Ho Yin Chan. Very good, thank you. Laura, did you? Yeah. And Laura and Ciara Ahern. Our next award is the Collector General Revenue Commissioners Award, presented by Anne Culhan of the Revenue Commissioners. The Collector General Revenue Commissioners Award is for excellence in tax and law on the Bachelor of Business Honours in Accounting and Finance. And the award goes to Louise Gavin. Our next award is the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants Ireland Award, presented by Geraldine Furlong. And the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants Award is for excellence in financial management on the Bachelor of Business Honours in Accounting and Finance. And again, the award goes to Louise Gavin. And our next award is the Institute of Certified Public Accountants in Ireland Award, presented by Ms. Jean Ryan. And the Institute of Certified Public Accountants in Ireland Award is for excellence on the Bachelor of Business Honours in Accounting and Finance. And the award goes to Louise Gavin. Our next award is the BDO Award, presented by Pat Sheehan of BDO. The BDO Award is for excellence on the Bachelor of Business Honours in Law and Taxation. And the award goes to Alicia Toomey. Our next award is the Southern Marketing Design and Media Award, presented by Mary O'Riordan. The Southern Marketing Design and Media Award is for excellence on the Bachelor of Business Honours in Marketing and Management. And the award goes to Rachel O'Malley. Our next award is the Great Limerick Run Award, presented by John Cleary and Councillor Joe Ledden. The Great Limerick Run Award is for excellence on the Masters of Business in Marketing and Management. And the award goes to Paul McMahon. Our next award is the Shannon Heritage Award, presented by Deirdre Stevenson of Shannon Heritage. The Shannon Heritage Award is for excellence on the Bachelor of Arts Honours in Business Studies with Tourism Management. And the award goes to Dawn Angley. Our next award is the Munster Rugby Award, presented by James Collins of LIT. The Munster Rugby Award is for excellence on the Bachelor of Arts Honours in Business Studies with Sports Management. And the award goes to Gordon Britchfield. Our final award today, the Savoy Hotel Award, will be presented by Martin Neville of LIT. The Savoy Hotel Award is for excellence on the Higher Certificate in Business in Hotel Front Office Management. And the award goes to Joan Walsh. And we'd like to thank all our corporate sponsors. Your interest in our students is much appreciated. Thank you. Okay, we've come to the end now. I'd like to thank you all for the manner in which you've participated in this conferring ceremony, and perhaps to tell you that the official photographers are located by the Millennium Theatre at the front of the building. We'd also like to invite you to join us for some light refreshments afterwards in the Scholars Restaurant, and that's the next glass building down here to your left. Please stand for the academic procession. You are now graduates, so you may join the procession.